CJ Fly back with another YouTube video. So, free agency has officially started, and we already have some big news. We got none other than James Harden of the Los Angeles Clippers. He's going to be returning on a 2-year deal with the second year including a player option. Total deals worth $70 million. So, if you were to average that out, $35 million per year. Look, the Clippers are kind of in a situation where they absolutely need to have both of Harden and Paul George coming back to this team, because otherwise they're look, it's June 2024. They don't have their own draft pick back again until 2030. All right, that is 6 years of not having your draft pick. They have no incentive to tank unless they trade other players on their roster for picks, which, if we look at their roster, who on their roster is worth any draft picks at this point? It would be Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and James Harden. And after that, I'm not sure you could you get a first round? I mean, you could probably get a first round pick for Norman Powell, and you could definitely get a first round pick for Zubac and maybe Terrence Mann. And outside of that, that's it. I mean, I guess they have some young players on the roster. They got Bones Highland, they got Brandon Boston Jr., but as far as them becoming like the next faces of this team, are we really thinking that's going to happen? So the Clippers are in a situation where they really have no choice but to try to maintain Paul George, Kawhi, and James Harden on this team. Because otherwise, what's the point? There's no point in tanking. You don't have your own draft picks. Your future. I mean, for the next 5 to 6 years, you're just out of luck. I mean, you don't have any good players, and you don't have any draft picks for if you end up being one of the worst teams in the league and end up with in a lottery draft situation. So yeah, it's obviously I would give this signing like an A grade. I mean, they needed to do it. They needed to get it done, and they got it done. Now, I would give it an A+, but they only got him locked in for 1 year for sure. Then the second year is a big maybe. So, I don't know. It's a bad time to be a Clippers fan. Let's just put it that way. It's a really bad time to be a Clippers fan. The only player they have locked in long-term right now is Kawhi Leonard. And, I mean, we've seen how things have been going with him the past few seasons with his injury troubles. I mean, if we just go to Kawhi Leonard's page right here, and if we go down to the games played per season, what do we got here? We got 68 games this past season, 50 games the season before, 52. We got no games played the season before that, 52, 50. I mean, look, with the new rule about needing 65 games minimum to get the awards, besides this past season, he got 68, thankfully. But beyond that, he hasn't had a 65-plus game regular season since the 2016-2017 season with San Antonio, of all teams. It's just not looking good, man. It's a bad time to be a Clippers fan. Obviously, the rebrand is exciting. The new arena looks great. It's probably going to be one of the best arenas in the NBA, if not the best. But man, I mean, this is rough. It's good they got James Harden. They needed to get that done. Now they need to lock in Paul George, which doesn't seem very hopeful. I'm just surprised that the Clippers are not committed to giving Paul George as much money as he wants. Because what's your other option? Like, I agree, without the context of the current situation, if you're choosing to pay George an insane amount of money, like he's probably not worth that much, worth this, I don't know what they call it these days, super max deal, max deal. Look, he's probably not worth the money he's asking for 4 years. He's going to be what, like 37, 38 after that? How old is he right now? He's 34 years old right now, so he'd be 38 years old. Yeah, how else is he going to be playing in the next 2 to 3 seasons? Hard to say. But look, you committed to this. You gave up your draft picks until 2030. Like, if you committed to this, you got to follow through. You got to be willing to pay your guys. And the fact that the Clippers are reportedly not willing to pay Paul George the money he's asking, I just don't know what they're doing over there. It's not a great time to be a Clippers fan. Let me know in the comments what you think. I think this, getting James Harden signed, they have no other choice, and it's a good thing they got it done with Paul George. Oh boy, they better get it done or they're in a world of hurt for a while. And I'm not sure the Clippers really attract free agents like the Lakers do. So, again, let me know what you think in the comments down below. And click the video on your screen right now for another NBA discussion video.